What's going on, guys? Your boy Fluff here. Do you guys ever post a guide and then realize if you just change a handful of things, you'd have the best T13 build in the game, period? Yeah, that happened. So, without further ado, let's get into CorpseMancer 2.0. Now, it's basically the same build as the CorpseMancer video, and so I'm not going to touch on everything. I'm just going to touch on the changes. I even went as far as to say in the CorpseMancer video that we don't have room for the curse on the skill bar. Well guys, we actually do. Having over 45% cooldown reduction basically guarantees that you're going to have Golem up for literally every elite kill. It also means you're going to have Land of the Dead up for every other elite kill. The problem before was when I would try to run without a primary skill, I would eventually run out of essence. Then I discovered, well, not really discovered, but rather misunderstood Dark Reaping, which says, while using a scythe, gain 2% essence and life per kill. Now, for whatever reason, I understood this as Grim Scythe instead of a scythe as in a weapon. I don't know why. Probably the biggest noob mistake I've ever made. Maybe because I've been playing Diablo for like 96 hours straight. Then I started playing around with, well, if I use Dark Reaping, I don't have to worry about using a primary skill to get my essence back up, which is actually really great for bounties or other activities where you have to kill normal mobs. You can just basically bone armor anytime that's up and then start corpse exploding everyone. Great combination, especially when Ingyam goes off, because you can just spam bone armor and you'll be getting the essence back just as quickly as you spend it. But then as I started to play more and more with this corpse explosion build, I realized you don't really need the essence. As long as you don't spam bone armor when Ingyam goes off, you're never really going to run out of essence. You only want to apply bone armor when you really need to. So I've basically done 12 rifts in a row without having to restore my essence until finally I gained a Paragon level, which refilled my essence. But I didn't have to refill it all, and it never moves anywhere because you have no way of regenning. But that's not a problem because we don't need it. So let's just go over the changes from the CorpseMancer. We dropped the Moribund Gauntlets. Because we have Man Golem basically for every elite pack, we didn't need him pooping the corpses every second. This allows us to wear 6-piece Inarius. Therefore, we could also drop Ring of Royal Grandeur. Now we're just wearing Unity with Crispin Sentence and Wisdom of Kalan in the queue. We're still wearing the Johnstone. Now, whichever one you have better, Wisdom or Johnstone, you're probably going to want to wear. Johnstone's a lot easier to roll well. The other difference is we are running trag'ouls Corroded Fang instead of the Relina Shadow Hook. Now again, guys, this is a very, very common item. You see me go over this like 4 times, but we don't care about the primary effect here. We only care about that 200% increased damage to cursed enemies. And since we're using Aura of Frailty now, instead of Bone Spikes, everything's going to be cursed all the time, and we don't even have to apply it. So we're always going to get the 200% damage increase. Now for offhand choices here, you could run a Lidless Wall with Poison, Intelligence, Crit Chance, Cooldown Reduction, but I've actually opted to run just a Justice Skull Shield, which gives me Int, Vite, Life, Crit Chance, and Cooldown Reduction. Because without this, I have around 600k health, and with this, I have around 850k health. So it's a huge defensive boost. For the belt, we're going to wear Witching Hour, get that crit damage up. This one's not that great. The gems don't change at all. Mirne, Trapped, Wreath of Lightning. In the cube, we're running Ingyam, whichever one you have better here of the trag'ouls. Again, guys, if you're needing to kill normal mobs like bounties and stuff like that, you're going to want to run the passive Dark Reaping, and in which case you want to wear the trag'ouls, absolutely. We're still wearing Grasp of the Essence, which still gives us a ton of corpse explosion damage, which is great. And then finally we're wearing Wisdom of Kalan for more toughness. And for skills, we've dropped Bone Spikes, running Aura of Frailty, and for passives, we're running Spreading Malediction. Get more damage for the curses we're applying. Final Service, a DI for the Necromancer, which is great. Standalone to get more armor, and then Commander of the Risen Dead to get that Command Golem active ability up every elite pack. And again, guys, just want to drive it home. If you need the life and essence, you can swap out any one of these passives, besides Commander of the Risen Dead probably, for Dark Reaping. This kind of changes how bone armor works. You really want to have a nice juicy pack together just to make sure you get the maximum amount of movement speed you can possibly get. And then just let that timer go down, or apply it again once you see a nice big juicy pack. Or if you need to create some corpses, that's fine too. Just make sure you don't get below, 0 essence, because you will literally be effed. You have no way of generating essence. Now, if you run out of essence, you have to either wait for Land of the Dead to come up or your Flesh Golem active ability, because Corpse Explosion doesn't need any essence. But ideally, again, if you're not spamming bone armor, you're not going to run out of essence, guys. But you literally have no way of getting it back, so bear that in mind. Now, another thing to note here, guys, is the freedom that you have here. You don't absolutely have to run Wisdom of Kalan in your jewelry slot. The toughness is really nice, but you can basically do anything you want with this last little slot. So you could even do Ring of Royal Grandeur and open up any of these armor pieces that you want to run. You can run any jewelry that you see fit, anything you've been wanting to try in combination with this. You really just have whatever you want to do with that last slot. You could even do the Band of Avarice. You could drop Unity and put on the gold wrap instead of Witching Hour, and just make sure you put in Boon of the Hoarder, and that'll give you that huge pickup radius and stuff that people love to do. I personally hate running gold wrap. So those are the changes, guys. I really think this is probably the best T13 setup there is, or there will be. Hopefully we'll see some new stuff coming out, but I really think this might be the T13 speed rifting build. Of course, I'll keep trying to find the latest and greatest specs for you guys, but this is amazing. If you guys want to see me walk through the gameplay, you can go back to the CorpseMancer original video and see me talking through Rift at the end of the video. I'll actually just leave a fast GR60 clear. That's T13 equivalent. At the end of this video, I think I do it in like 2.5 minutes or something. I average about 2 minutes 45 seconds. It was 2.5 minutes, and I even went the wrong way. And I really haven't seen 2-minute clears on a Necromancer. So that's gonna do it, guys. Hope you like it. As always, like, subscribe, come over to Twitch, ask your questions. I'm sure this won't be the last update to sets that I make, but this was a big one, and I had to get it out there. I had to share it with you guys. It's amazing. Go out there and play it. You're gonna love it. Peace out.
That needs to recharge.